Sasfin's reported a 19% rise in net profit for the year through June to 136 million rand. Headline earnings per share jumping 22% to 421 cents. Here to tell us more on Newsleader is CEO Roland Sassoon. Roland, thanks very much for coming in today. Assets up 14% to 6.3 billion. Loans and advances up 17% to 3.4 billion. Non-performing loans only up 2%. So that must be a pretty pleasing end result for the bank.
Yes, it is. We're very happy with that, and our credit loss ratio did go up a little bit, but it's still well within, it's actually below the norm in the industry.
I was looking at that because from business banking specifically, the profit was slightly lower at 90 million rand, and you do say in the commentary that your credit loss ratio went up by 35 basis points. How are you seeing your customer at the moment? Because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it looks like businesses are still managing to do quite well despite the tough economy.
Well, they are, but there has been a deterioration, and that's what we're seeing in that increase in the credit loss ratio. But we've got it under control. But there's no question about it that there's a bit of strain out there.
Are you seeing it within your own customer base where businesses are starting to get a little bit distressed?
Yes, well, perhaps not as distressed as one would expect, but yes, there has definitely been a slight deterioration in that area.
And what steps do you take in that case to mitigate the impact of that?
Well, just about all our lending is secured lending. We finance debtors, stock and equipment, so we have the underlying asset and we take other security as well. So that's how we've managed to keep our credit loss ratio low throughout the years, and that's our model. So we're not in really unsecured lending.
You talk in the commentary also about top-line growth initiatives and expansion of your non-interest revenue base. Take us through some of those. What are you looking at there?
Well, first of all, we've created this new division, Commercial Solutions. We used to do freight and logistics and insurance broking, but having acquired iQuad, which was a listed company on the Altex, we provide a whole range of services there. And we've got 100% now of both the freight business, which we used to only have 60% of, and of iQuad. We've put all that together to form Commercial Solutions, and we can provide a very comprehensive range of services, from logistics, insurance broking, duty drawbacks, treasury outsourcing. There's a whole lot of different products, as well as incentives. You know, there's a lot of incentives coming out of the DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, and we facilitate that for clients. So that is a huge service that we can now provide to our banking clients. On top of that, we also have a wealth division, which provides asset management, stock broking, financial planning, asset consulting, and now we've got a fixed income team as well. So we provide a lot of non-funded services within the group.
Just looking at that Commercial Solutions business, where profit was up 75%, so pretty good. Was that distorted by the merger with iQuad?
Yes, before this year we had about 70%. We've acquired all the minorities, and the same goes with Premier Freight, which is now Sasfin Premier Logistics. So we've got a bigger share in that business where we own the whole thing, but there's also been a good improvement in their operations, both on the iQuad side and on the logistics side.
You mentioned the new fixed income trading team within wealth management. Was there a demand from your clients for fixed income trading?
Well, we see this is very important because you know, it's happening with banks throughout the world that they're accessing more into the debt capital markets because banks don't want to increase their assets on balance sheet because of Basel III and all that. So there's a huge need for a bank to be able to tap into the DCM market, and we're doing this more and more for our clients, and this enables us to actually compete with bigger banks because we facilitate the loan to the client, and then we can place that in the DCM. So now we've taken on this team under Leon Craner, who's one of the doyens in trading in fixed income instruments, and that gives us extra depth, and our clients there are the big institutions, so we can now tap into that market for funding on behalf of clients. So it all synergizes very well together.
And how about funding for yourself in debt capital markets with Basel III and all liquidity requirements and the likes? Is this where you're also looking for more funding for yourself?
Well, we have, we've got the oldest securitization structure in South Africa. We launched our securitization in 1991, and that's working very well for us. But now that, we're now taking on bigger ticket clients, and we're looking at doing what they call a repack, where we actually take on the client, put it into a special purpose vehicle, and sell that off to an institution. And this is a trend throughout the world, actually, in banking. So we are well placed to do that.
And what's the appetite like for that? Because I know securitization got a bit of a bad name during the financial sector crisis.
That's right. Well, that's I think has changed a lot. We're not into the very sophisticated types of securitization, which is where the problems were. Ours is very vanilla, and it makes a lot of sense. So our investors are delighted with our securitization. In fact, every issue we've had now for the last 2 or 3 issues, we've been 3 times oversubscribed. So we don't have a problem in placing our paper. It's really stood the test of time. As I say, it's been going since '91, and there have been no problems there at all.
Well, I mean, you've talked about wealth management, treasury, business banking and the likes. You also mentioned in the commentary today that there's a bigger move towards providing transactional banking services to customers. Are you looking at becoming a full-service bank to your clients?
Well, we are, yes. In fact, we're the only bank that really doesn't have any transactional ability. Even the other small banks can provide this service.
Does that mean all your customers are multi-banked?
Yes, all our customers are multi-banked. So the problem there is, we obviously don't want to share our clients with other banks, and by providing our own transactional ability, we can now become the primary bank to our clients rather than a secondary bank.
And what sort of timescale are you looking for this?
I think this will take a couple of years. There's a lot of system development that has already started to take place, but we don't want to launch something without having it absolutely right. So by the time we get this thing going, it'll probably be 2015.
And closer to then, what's the prospects looking like for your 2014 year?
Well, we're very happy. We've seen good growth. It's still early days, but a lot of the growth that we had actually happened towards the end of 2013. So it's looking good. It's looking really good.
Well, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
That's Roland Sassoon. He's the CEO of Sasfin.